Hey there. I am making another video, and as you've seen in my previous videos, I do have different, videos of different topics. I have several videos about, my upbringing and how I was raised like a really strict Christian, and things that I believe, and videos. And I've said before in my videos several times that I do go to church sometimes. And then I have like the most recent video that I made last week was called All Religions Are Good. And it's just basically, that I feel that I think all religions are mostly, good. I mean, there's like a 1% of people at the very most of any religion that can be a religious extremist. But I think that all, religions come with light and love. So I just kind of wanted to share an interesting experience that I had about 6 months ago. I am going to say, so I'm just going to kind of explain for this video a little bit, I'm going to say this is probably in like, I don't know, maybe May or something. It was like really sunny outside. It was probably like 80 degrees outside, and it was like right after Easter and everything like that. So I was at the lake and everything, and I was sitting there feeding the ducks and everything, and I was kind of sitting on the ledge of the lake and everything, and there's this guy that was kind of sitting behind me in the bleachers, and there were only a couple of people, in the bleachers and everything like that, so it wasn't really that crowded, and I'm sitting there for maybe 5-10 minutes. And there's this guy, and his name is John, and he comes over to me, and he introduces himself and everything, and we sit there and we kind of feed the ducks together and everything, and we're feeding the squirrels, and we kind of get into, discussion about that, where we're from, and he's like, are you from here, and blah, 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 blah. And most of our discussion ended up being about religion. And he told me that he was raised Christian. And, so he tells me that he's raised Christian and stuff like that. And he used to go to church and blah, blah, blah. And then he says, so what religion are you? And I said, well, I don't really identify with a religious title. I said, I'm into like zodiac signs and astrology and tarot cards and everything. And then he kind of asked about, that, and I kind of talked about, my spiritual beliefs and stuff like that. And then we were talking for a few more minutes and stuff, and I don't remember exactly the specific details, but it was, related to religion and our upbringing and stuff like that. And like I said, it's the summertime, so it's probably like May or something like that. It's like 80 degrees. It's really hot outside. And he says to me, or I say to him, so this is like right after Easter and everything, and somehow we get on the topic, and he, like I said, he was raised Christian and everything, and I said, oh yeah, that's good. I said I went to church on Easter. And we kind of talked about that a little bit and everything. And I said, yeah, I like to, go to church. I think it's really peaceful and I think it's really relaxing. I said, it's nice to go to church sometimes. And then I think that he was really confused. And he goes, wait a minute. So you practice tarot cards, but you go to church? And I said, yeah, I like going to church. I said I was raised a Christian and everything, and I just kind of wanted to share this video, and we talked maybe about for maybe another 10 more minutes, and then mostly about religion, and kind of like what he does for a living and all that, and things like that. And then he got up and he left and everything. And I just kind of wanted to share this video because I got an interesting reaction out of him. He didn't really have any specific beliefs about the tarot cards, but I think that he was a little bit surprised about the fact that I'm Wiccan and that I do tarot cards and I'm into all this types of stuff, but then on top of it I go to church. So I think he was a little confused about the fact that I could mix different religions and everything like that, and I didn't really go into a whole lot of detail with him about it, but anyway, I mean, he's entitled to his own opinion, and I don't know, because sometimes people have different beliefs. Sometimes people believe that you can only like follow one true God, and that you can't. Some people are even like so picky that they are against like going from one church, to a different church of the same faith that's just one block away. Some people are really picky, like let's say you're Muslim and you go to a mosque, then you're not allowed to go to a Jewish synagogue on a Sunday or something like that. I just kind of wanted to share this video about me and get your thoughts and opinions. Like I said, he didn't really say too much. Like when I told him I'm into tarot cards and astrology and everything, he didn't really say a whole lot about that. But then he kind of seemed surprised when I told him that, and then I just added in, I'm like, oh yeah, last week I went to church on Easter or something like that. And I think that kind of surprised him a little bit. Maybe he could have been confused. He kind of like wasn't sure how I could practice two religions, and I told him that, I had, been raised like Christian like he had. And I think that he was kind of concerned that I could be raised a Christian and go to church every week for many, many, many years. And then once I get out into the adult world, then when I was in college, I finally, start doing this tarot and this astrology thing. So, but I don't think it's a bad idea. If anything, in my opinion, I think that it's a good idea to, be into, sometimes, go to different church. I encourage you, if you're a Christian, to maybe go to a different church, even if it's your same belief, but try different churches. Some people go to like more than one church. And I don't think it's bad, to be into tarot and, Christianity. If anything, I think that all religions, are into guiding light and peace and love. The only thing that I don't like is when different religions hate each other. If anything, I think that it's actually a good idea, to do tarot and astrology and everything like that. And on top of that, if I'm able to do it, even though I have had experiences with over-the-top religious family members, that I can still be loving and accepting of all religions. So I think this guy was a little bit surprised that I was into my tarot and astrology and my Wiccan beliefs, and then I turned around and, I kind of explained a little bit about it, to him for maybe like a minute, and then he seemed a little bit surprised that right after that, I said, oh yeah, I just went to church on Easter, and then I think that, me explaining to him that I'm Wiccan, I think that he was surprised, about the fact that I was raised Christian. So I don't think that he had like specifically a problem with the tarot cards and astrology, because he didn't really have any reaction, and he didn't really react to it that much or ask anything. But I think that he was surprised that I can be into tarot cards and astrology and also be able to go to church and everything, and have a church that I like and enjoy going to Easter Sunday. And I think maybe he was like maybe a little bit confused of that I am, just kind of mixing the two religions and being, open-minded as far as spiritual beliefs, because I was raised Christian, but now as an adult, I choose to be Wiccan. And so those are my two beliefs, and I don't mind being open-minded, and I don't mind practicing both religions.